Hey everybody, it's Politichick. I know it's been a long time since I've posted. I just came back from being out to dinner with some friends, so I'm very tired, and it's been a long month, really. I've been either traveling, or I've had out-of-town company, or I've been working every day since Labor Day weekend, so it's been pretty crazy, and this is my first chance to get caught up. I did see that within the past week or two, Dick Ponderous made a video about our failed attempt to get together and meet one another when I was in Atlanta on business. And he's exactly right about the story, in the sense that, of course, I didn't know all the details at the time, but he did call and tell me most of the information that he gave in his video the next day after we tried to meet. So I thought that I would tell you guys a little bit about how the evening went for me. So Dick and I were supposed to meet at a restaurant in Atlanta that was near where I was staying. So I got there a little bit late, maybe 5 minutes late, and looked around the restaurant and didn't see Dick. And so the hostess, of course, offered to seat me, and I said, well, no, I'm waiting for someone. I'll just hang out here up front. So when it got to be 20 after, I thought, I'm not from Atlanta. Maybe I'm at the wrong location of this restaurant, and, maybe I need to call Dick and make sure I'm in the right place and that I have the time right. So I called Dick, and he said, well, I'm stuck in traffic. I'm on this horrible expressway, and I've driven on that expressway when I'm in town. It's kind of the only way to get to the area where our offices are. And so I knew it could be really bad, and I'd heard legendary stories about Atlanta traffic. So I said, okay, well, no problem. I'll sit here and have a glass of wine and wait for you. Don't worry about it. Well, the 15-20 minutes turned into half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour. And during this time, the hostess is kind of looking at me, wondering what I'm going to do. And I didn't really worry about it. And after maybe half an hour or so, I pulled out my video camera. Of course, I brought my camera because I was going to meet another YouTuber. And I pulled out my camera and, looked at some of the footage that I'd shot on some of my other trips that I'd been on, and played around with that. But then it started getting really late. And at about an hour and 15 minutes, I, started thinking, well, gee, I don't know how bad traffic is here, but this seems awfully bad, and I don't really know what's going on. By an hour and a half, I was pretty ticked off, basically. And at that point, I just ordered dinner from the bartender. I'd been sitting having a glass of wine, and I ordered dinner and took it to go. I'd say that the worst part about it was that as the evening went on and it became more and more apparent that the person that I was going to meet wasn't going to show up, both the hostess and the bartender started treating me with increasing pity. Understandable, they were trying to be nice, but it was very uncomfortable for me because, of course, neither of them knew that I was not on a date, that I was meeting a friend, not, a date. So to them, it looked like I had been stood up for a date, and it was pretty humiliating. So, and of course, I've seen Dick's video now, and I know what he had to say about what happened, and I believe that that's truly what happened. However, the one piece I'm having trouble with, quite honestly, is the lack of a phone call. Because, honestly, I wouldn't have waited that long if we hadn't spoken and he had said he was on his way. And it was a pretty embarrassing experience and just frustrating. So anyway, and Dick, I do appreciate that you were trying to help me out and trying to introduce me to somebody, and that's very nice. And, I do travel to Atlanta on business periodically, and maybe we can try another time, although I think I'll make you call me when you get there, and then I'll come over. All right, well, so anyway, Dick, we're cool. And Dick, I do hope that all is well with your friend. I'm sure you were very worried about her, and I hope that she's doing better. I do want to tell another story about trying to meet up with another YouTuber. One of the people who commented on Dick's video, where Dick was talking about our failed attempt to meet, was another YouTuber whose stuff I really, really like and is a really interesting person and somebody who I was very much interested in meeting. So I sent him a private message and said, hey, let's get together while you're in the Chicago area. And so we did get together, and I got to meet him and his wife and kids. There he is. Here he is, everyone.
Hello, boys and girls. Have you missed me?
I've got a light in here somewhere. There we go. There's Cinderella Ferret in his Big Mistake shirt. All right. And the kids. Aren't they cute?
Wave, everybody.
Hi, guys.
Wave.
Say hi, YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
Yay! Okay, and there's our big mistake. And it was delightful to meet, and I wish we'd had more time to spend together. When we were sitting there talking, we both had our video cameras, and I remember thinking, you know, we should just turn the camera on and put it on a tripod and let the camera go with our conversation, because we had such an interesting conversation about current events and politics and all kinds of things. It was just really a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, and I think you guys would have enjoyed it too. But of course, we were having so much fun talking that we just shot a little bit of video at the very end, just kind of saying hello, and that's all we really did. So if we ever get together again, Dave, we have to have the cameras going while we're having our big political powwow, okay? So anyway, my second attempt at meeting a YouTuber turned out a little bit better than my first attempt did, but I hope to be able to continue to do it. I think it's interesting to meet people in person that you've gotten to know a little bit on YouTube. So it was a lot of fun, and I hope to do it again sometime. And YouTube, I'm glad to be back. Good night.
Hey, Plunders, I'm bailing you out, buddy.